Looks like it's going to be another rainy, yucky day on the homestead.
Alright guys, as you can see, we have quite the mess up here. I think this morning while it's raining, I'm going to take the opportunity to just kind of get up here and straighten some stuff up. This was our old bedroom. Since we've built the new addition, we are now downstairs in what we call the bat cave. It's pretty cool down there, so compared to up here where it felt like a sauna. So anyways, I'm going to go through here today, try to organize some stuff. We kind of just threw everything that was mine from the shop into this room so that Kevin could start getting his tools out of the rain and into the shop. If you watch yesterday's video, we'll put a link up here. We actually had a little bit of a, he had a little bit of a heart attack yesterday. Some of his tools got wet and he had to work on those, and he's still working on them, but he's hopeful that he can salvage them. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna work on this today, see what I can get done, and we'll go from there. To the point that I'm going to get to today. It's not completely finished, but it definitely feels a lot better up here, and I think the doggies approve. I've just kind of got everything organized to the point that it's kind of, you know, pushed against the wall and in a somewhat organization. I kind of put things in the same place. But I've got big plans up here with what I want to do. Got to get a table built up here so that I'll have room for my sewing machine and such. I'll get all these shelves organized. I label everything, which of course right now it's not what, the label does not match what's in the box. It just got shoved full so we could move stuff down here. But, and this is my, ribbon and thread holder and tool holder that Kevin built me out of a pallet. It's extremely heavy, and it's kind of tall, as you can see, with the ceilings in here, so I'm gonna have to find a place for that to go. But I absolutely love that. It is so great for storage. It holds so many things of thread and ribbon and everything else for the crafts. And then I've got my little chair there, and yeah. So I'm pretty pleased with the results for today. When I get another chance, I'll get back in here and start organizing stuff to where it needs to go so that I can work and do my crafts so that we can get them in the booth. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. So, last week we asked you guys to send us some questions. We didn't think we were ready for a live stream, but we thought that we could at least do some Q&A. And we were blown away with 3 questions.
3. That's
3.
like 1 per 100 subscribers.
So, yeah, we were really excited to get the 3 questions that we did get. That's a start, right? You got to start somewhere. So, we thought we would take a moment to just kind of go over those questions and answer them for you guys. And so, here we go. Our first question was from Jeff at Homestead. And he asks, how many animals do you have now? And we actually have
a bunch.
Yeah.
We've got 15 dogs. Currently 8 puppies, the Pyrenees pups, the 2 Great Pyrenees, 4 Chihuahuas, and a poodle. There's so many dogs, I can't keep track of them.
Then we have our 19 chickens. 9 of those are our meat layers, which are our Rhode Island Reds. We have 3 roosters. And then we have 10.
3 roosters for now.
Yeah. We got to get rid of a couple. And then we have 10 Dominickers, which is our egg layers. And we're very happy with what we have. We're fixing to start here pretty soon, in a couple weeks, our continuing
meat bird processing. We're going to cycle through on the incubator. It'll hold 42, and I think we decided we're going to hatch at least 5 batches this year. The more we do it during the summer, the less we have to mess with on heat lamps and stuff like that. So we'll kind of keep it in the temperature range, and we should be able to hopefully process at least 200 or so or more chickens throughout the summer.
And then we have 24 goats total. 11 of those are our does, and 10 of those are our new kids that we just had this year, and 3 of those are our bucks. So, and we use those. They will be, we will be selling eventually once we grow our herd to the point that we want it. I think we've decided to keep all of our females this year, our baby doelings that we've got.
Since we do have the 3 bucks that we can switch back and forth on our breeding.
So we're just going to sell our bucks for this year, our little bucklings. I'll get it right. Our little bucklings this year, we're going to sell them, and but eventually this will be, you know, part of our income. So that's what we have right now. We're looking at possibly some meat rabbits, possibly some quail, but that's down the road. So yeah, that's...
So to answer your question, Jeff, I don't know. There's 60, 70, something else.
I think it was 58. I answered you, so, and that was my bad. I shouldn't have answered you yet, but yeah, so I think the answer was 58. You can do the math.
And we had one more question from Jeff.
Our other question was...
We're extremely organized on this.
Our other question from Jeff was, let's see, what is the biggest adjustment that you've had to make being off-grid?
Okay, first off, to the new subscribers, welcome. If you don't know, we are off-grid. We're on solar power here. We recently upgraded our system, and I discussed this with her a little bit while ago. My biggest adjustment, leaving the grid and coming out here and living off solar power, to me, inside, it hadn't been a challenge whatsoever. My biggest issue inside is after we've gone 5, 6, 7 days with no sun to recharge, I have to start using my coffee pot manually as opposed to plugging it in the wall. So I heat up a pan of water and boil it and pour it right through the filters like you normally would have if it was just plugged into the wall. That's been my big adjustment inside. My outside adjustment is probably my tool usage. I'm adapting to it. I've adapted back to a lot of bracing bits, hand crank drills, hand saws, stuff like that. It's not been too bad on me, and it's extra exercise. So it's not been really a big adjustment on me, Jeff. Even when we had the small solar system here, I've always been pretty thrifty on electrical use. I've always chased her and the kids when they were little around the house, flipping lights off constantly. That was my full-time job, was turning lights out behind her and the kids.
I would say that my biggest adjustment has probably been just the comforts that you have in a modern home. Just the fact that you don't have to think before you switch the light on and forget to turn it off. The fact that, you know, laundry has been, you know, everybody hates to do laundry, but I absolutely miss now having my laundry room and my washer and my dryer and just the comforts of being able to throw it in.
She's doing fine with the scrub board.
I don't have a scrub board. But, you know, it's just a big adjustment. You don't really realize, you know, you take those little things for granted. Just the little things that your little comforts that you have in a modern home, you just take them for granted. But, you know, after I adjusted, I don't miss those things so much because I have so much more of a stress-free life that there's time for those things now. There's time to, you know, to focus on the laundry and actually enjoy it, if that even makes sense. Like, you know, yay, I got to do laundry.
I enjoy it as long as it's clean.
You know, it's a chore. It's something that has to be done on the homestead, just like feeding the animals, just like taking care of the animals. It's just something that has to be done. And, you know, it's just an easier lifestyle. So I would say that was probably one of my hardest things to get used to. Ari's helping me out here with our next question. And her next question comes from 'Cause It's Our Farm and Homestead, and they ask, we would love to hear how you guys got there and why you chose homesteading. Well, first off, I would say check out our video that we'll leave a link up here. It was our very first video, and we talked about that a little bit more into detail about why we're here, why we're doing what we're doing. But I would have to say,
after I got out of the military, and it's been 10 years. Wow, it's been a decade. I got into the oil field, and everything went great there for the longest time. Did really well there. Oil field, if anybody's been around it, knows it's crashed and burned here lately. It's rock bottom. Everybody's laid off. And at that point in time, our children were right at the verge of being gone from the house, leaving. All three of our kids, if you don't know, have also left and joined the military. I've got one in the Army, one in the Navy, and one in the Air Force, and they're scattered everywhere. Miss my kids. Love you guys. With the kids being gone, me and her living in a 3,000 square foot house, I wasn't working, so we were picking up and adding extra things on around the house as far as goats and larger gardens and this and that, and just knick-knacking around with that. Last spring, almost a year ago now, we started building this cabin that we're in now, and it was kind of as a recreation. And we kept saying every time we'd come down here that we didn't want to leave. At the time, we still owned a business that she ran the day-to-day ops on, and I handled the paperwork at the house. And it was slowly tapering off as well, and we just finally got to the point where we decided we weren't going to leave from down here. And we liquidated everything. We got rid of the fancy cars and the fancy car payments and all that. And we bought a little bit older truck off a good buddy of mine. It's paid for. Everything's paid for. We don't have the stresses and the issues, and everything's gone. I still miss my truck that I had on occasion, but I do not miss the payment whatsoever. This one starts from the seat and goes down the road, and that's all we need, because we try our best not to leave here but every 2 to 3 weeks, and we love it that way.
yeah.
Do you have any other reasons why you chose?
I just wanted to get away from everything. You know, owning a business is so stressful. And I think after 7 years, I had just completely gotten burnt out.
You could probably watch a video about her unnecessary stress.
Yeah, unnecessary stress.
We'll post a link up to that one.
And so I just, when he brought it up to me, I was just like, it was a very hard transition for me, trust me. It was not easy, but the idea of it definitely was very interesting, and here we are. And I would not, you could give me a brand new house and a brand new vehicle and give me the payments and a job to go with it, and I'd stay right here. This is home, and we love it. And so we're looking forward to seeing what else we can do on this journey. And you know, the only thing that I would change is that my children would be here with me. So, and my grandbaby.
Yeah, we miss little D.
Yeah.
I don't think we meant to drag this out so long, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If anybody does have any questions, throw them in the comments. We try our best to answer everybody. Again, welcome to the new subscribers. We're glad to have you. What is today?
Today is Wednesday.
That's another fantastic thing about being a homesteader, not having to be anywhere. We barely know what month it is. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find all that down in the description for links. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
Have a blessed day.